Hey everyone, it's me with Logical, and this isn't really fake news. This is fake discussion because I want to go over a few things since the whole release of Tamamo stuff. So I've been actually doing research. So again, I was looking at the Tamamo 9 profile the other night, basically looking at everything we know about it, and I came across something that interests me. A lot of the Tamamo 9 hate Tamo because she quote unquote betrayed them. So, I think Vitch is going to be the first example of how much they hate Tamo. And the reason we didn't see that in Cat is because she's a wild animal, more or less. She doesn't have the capacity to be like evil or hate things. Because animals don't really hate things. They're not like humans. And I think that was the whole concept of Tatamo. She's basically a wild animal version of Tatamo. That's good. So, this might be the first time we ever see someone with some level of intelligence that straight up hates Tatamo. I really hope we end up getting that. Also just checked. Apparently Mashu is getting an updated version for Lord Chalade. I never could pronounce it. It's Chaldea? I think it's Chaldea? I want to say that's right. I always pronounce it Chaleda. I don't know. But I might just start calling it Chaldea. Because I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. And yeah, this isn't going to be a long video. Like, I want to do like some playthroughs of like granddaughter stuff, but unfortunately as of now I really can't because so far all my attempts to do so has failed. So like I try to, and then I try to switch over to recorder because doing it with OBS would take so long, so I try to use the in-app recorder for Nox, but that didn't up turn around, so I just scrapped the entire project for now until I figure something else out. Excuse me. And the last thing I want to talk about is something I sort of came to a realization that might be the reason why they're changing EMIYA's look in Fate Extella Link. Because this is the first time EMIYA has not had the Shiro hairstyle. You probably think like, well, he never had it. Like, he's never had the Shiro hairstyle. But really, default EMIYA, like the red cloak and stuff, that's literally Shiro with his hair slicked back. That's literally all that is. So, I think the reason why they're giving him an entirely new look is either one or two things. One, because people keep saying Shiro and that's not their intention, so they want to change his hairstyle. Or two, it could be symbolic of EMIYA finally letting go. After spending so much time at Extella and the Moonstone, he's finally letting go of his past, and now he's moving on. Not clinging to the past, not clinging to anything else. Finally his own person, not trying to regret his life. And I want to say that's the reason. I want to say that's the reason why they're doing it. Because a lot of people don't really think about it, but Hakuno is probably one of the only people he's met within all the collective media that's not only new, but probably the only person he's ever truly straight up told his story. Because he never told Shiro and he never told Ren. They eventually just figured it out by themselves. But he's never straight up told anyone else about his story except Hakunon. Hakunon? I don't know what to call her. Because it's like female Hakuno or Hakunon. But yeah, like, he's the very first person, I think the only person, really, that he straight up told. He didn't like give him hands. They didn't put the pieces together himself. he straight up told Hakunon his story. I think that's why this is why he's staying in Moon Cell, because Hakunon is the only person who's figured out his story, is entirely different from him, has no connection to Shiro whatsoever, yet still cares about him. So, I hope, this is something I hope they do in Extella. They give you the option to be, have more talks with, between Hakunon and EMIYA. Cause that's probably one of the greatest things about Fate Extra, was the whole EMIYA finally getting some spotlight. Finally getting his moment. Because beyond that, and beyond that in Grand Order, Grand Order, someone would say there's a relationship there, but I don't see it. I see it as a more teacher and student. He was a master in life. You're a new master. He's trying to teach you how things are. And we all know he was not happy in the Stay Night series. Because I doubt anyone would be if they went back in time and relived their entire life and had to watch everything go down like they did. And it's going to be different for them instead of him. So I rarely have doubts that he was happy in the Grand Order, in the whole Stay Night series, except for a few moments. But beyond those moments, he was not happy. He was miserable. He just hated the entire time. So I feel like Extra is probably where he feels the happiest in. Because I don't know. I just feel like that's more or less how, again, he's probably, if anything, that's I'm trying to get him how to explain this. I mean, the fact that he's changing his style of hair just goes to show that, I want to say the Extra series is probably the last in the collective timelines. It's the last thing that is happening. All the other stuff has happened, all the other stuff has passed. But the Extra series is the only one that's on the last in the timeline. And again, this is why I feel bad for Fate Extra last arc, because they could have touched upon this more. Instead, they literally had him be taking the corrupted version of his appearance in Fate. And the Fate Extella series zero novel, basically corrupted version of himself. And then gave him the freaking Kotomine. It's really? I know Kotomine is supposed to be good in the Fate Extra series, but really? This is what you do? It's depressing. Just thinking about it makes it sad. Because here's the thing. The other series going on, the spin-off, the EMIYA cooking thing, I honestly like it more than I like freaking Last Encore. I like a scene more than I do for a lot of scenes in Last Encore. When the spin-off is outdoing the main show, that's when you know you wrote yourself into a bad corner. I'm sorry, but you have. I gave some Apocalypse some flack, and for some parts it does deserve that, but other than that, it was overall good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible as I first made it out to be. Last Encore, start, to finish, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be done, because I think we just got done with Kukulane and Lubu. I mean, we only have Gawain, and then we have freaking Savior. And that's it. And we're only on episode 10 or 11. So this series is going to be done by episode 15. I want to just point that out right there. This episode is going to be done by episode 15. So it's more or less a mini freaking Fate series. But it still is bad. For what little it has done, it's still bad, because it's basically taking the original content and bringing it into such a state. The only thing I could think of if they like really if it ends once they get the time to use the Grail to go back in time to go all the way back to 2030 and redo the entire Grail War again. But I don't think they're gonna do it because that'll be basically rehashing all the enemies once again. I don't think it's gonna happen. I straight up don't think it's gonna happen. I think by episode 15 it's gonna be over. Which I think that's actually a kind of first. Usually Fate series ends with like around episode 20 or 25. Like the only show I can think of as exception is the Kayla series, but again, that's another spin-off series. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to discuss. Jalter event is tonight, so for all you people planning to pull for Jalter, you better hurry up and get your car to get ready and stop praying to whatever gods you believe in. As for myself, I am proceeding to save up for Tamamo Lancer and or Tamamo just in during the rerun of Halloween. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.